my ever-faithful companion, Dark Magician!
Welcome along, fellow Dark Magician enthusiasts, to another video. Today's video is going to be a deck profile for my King of Games deck. I did have another video planned, but unfortunately I'm not very happy with how the recording turned out, so I'm going to be redoing it. But it's going to be a tutorial video of how you guys can get a brand new Duel Links account and take it all the way to a Master of the Dark and Chaos skill deck within less than 2 hours, you know? If you want to, like, you know, get into Duel Links, get into Dark Magician Duel Links, and you just want a quick and easy way to, like, you know, get yourself started with the new skill, that video will be coming out soon. Yeah, I would have released it today, but unfortunately just not very happy with how the recording turned out. So we're doing a deck profile instead today. Now for this deck, you are going to need to use the Master of the Dark and Chaos skill, which you can unlock from Yami-Yugi Street by normal or special summoning Blackluster Soldier 5 times while you're using Yami-Yugi Street. And I won't explain the skill as I've already explained it before. It's a very, very good skill, very cracked, really good stuff. Alright, so now let's move on to the cards. First card we've got is Illusion of Chaos. Now, I only have one at the moment because, you know, we can get more than one, unfortunately, from the box. I've been doing my best to dig through the box, and the box has just been giving me everything I don't want, you know? Like, it's been giving me multiple copies of Colossus. One of the deals even gave me an extra Kaibaman the Legend, so I have 3 Kaibaman the Legends. Like, no, I don't want that, Konami. Give me something else. And Konami's like, nope. You're not getting your second copy of Illusion of Chaos. I've just been digging so much through the bloody box, and it's like, just give me the card, please. But anyway, 1 copy of Illusion of Chaos is enough. You know, 1's good enough to get you started. The more you have, the more consistency you can get, because, you know, you can reveal Illusion of Chaos, add a DM or any non-ritual monster that mentions it, and then fix your hand. Like, imagine like you got Eternal Soul in your opening hand, you don't want that. Just reveal Illusion of Chaos, add DM or any monster that mentions it, and then just put Eternal Soul back. And then you can activate Salvation and set Eternal Soul from deck. Good stuff, you know? That's why multiple copies of Illusion of Chaos is really good. Plus, if you summon Illusion of Chaos, it gives you a monster effect negate, which this will summon DM from your graveyard, and then you can trigger effects like Circle and Salvation, and get your combination live again. You know, it's very, very good stuff. Yeah, so if you can get more than 1 copy, absolutely recommend it. Then we have 1 copy of Magician of Chaos. Magician of Chaos is a very good card in various scenarios. He turns into DM while he's on the field or in the graveyard. And like once per turn, once a spell, trap card, or effect is activated, you can just target any card in the field, destroy it. Very good in a DM mirror match. You know, just constantly popping their spells and traps, and they can't do much about it. Plus, every time you bring back Magician of Chaos, because it's not a limited to the copy. So like with Illusion of Chaos, you can only use each effect Illusion of Chaos once per turn. But with Magician of Chaos, it's specifically just once per turn for each copy of the card. So like, if you keep bringing back Magician of Chaos over and over and over and over, you can keep using its destruction effect over and over and over. And also, if Magician of Chaos, after being ritual summoned, is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon a Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions, except for another Magician of Chaos. Sorry. So you can special summon Illusion of Chaos from your hand. You know, you got Illusion of Chaos in your hand, pop Magician of Chaos, special summon Illusion of Chaos, then you can bring back Magician of Chaos by returning Illusion of Chaos to the hand when your opponent activates a monster effect, and then you can just keep, you know, popping stuff over and over and over. Really good stuff. It's a fun card. Fun card. I love it. Then we have 1 copy of Palladium Oracle Mahad. I'm going to say this right now. Mahad is probably one of my favorite Dark Magician monsters. Just because he's just got flair. I've used him a lot in Master Duel, and it's just like, there's so many situations where it's like, you know, draw into Mahad and like Mahad save my butt. And it's like, man, I just love Mahad. Problem is with Mahad, you can't summon it in the new skill. But if you send him to the graveyard, keep him in the graveyard, you can get an extra draw card from Soul Servant. because Palladium Oracle Mahad is indeed a Palladium monster. That's the only reason why I run Mahad. If you'd prefer not to risk drawing into this card, completely understandable, you can cut him out. You don't need to draw 3, but, you know, drawing 3 cards is so good. Like, you have no idea how addictive it feels to just draw 3 cards from a single card effect. It is insane. Pot of Greed on crack. Anyway, moving on, we have 1 copy of Apprentice Illusion Magician. You can run more than 1, completely fine. I have seen people run multiple copies, especially when you're running Beatrice. I've seen Beatrice combos and they look cool. And I can't wait to show them off to you guys in a video, you know. I'm going to be like setting up some dueling book replays just to make it easier. And I'm even going to do a run in King of Games and see how big of a win streak I can get by using the Beatrice combo, being able to just send cards from the deck to the graveyard constantly, you know? Being able to send Magician Navigation, send any cards like, you know, like the Fafa card, like the Bending Abyss Fafa card, Tackle Crusader, or just anything that activates the moment you send it to the graveyard, you know? Good stuff. Plus, Apprentice Illusion Magician is good for, you know, damage calculation stuff. Love it. Then we have 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl. Now, I only run 1. And people have asked, why run 1? Like, if your opponent banishes Dark Magician Girl with DD Crow, then you're done for. Which, sort of, not really. Like, it turns off Salvation and Culmination's effect, which is fine. The problem with running more than 1, if you happen to draw into DMG in your opening hand, and you want to go plus, you must put DMG back into your deck and send DMG from your deck. Sending DMG from your hand, you go minus, and that's not good. And if you happen to have like more than 1 copy of DMG in your deck, you start introducing a bigger risk of drawing into DMG. Plus, if you happen to draw into both DMGs, then that's a really big problem, because, you know, it could have been a better card like Magician's Rod, or, you know, Dark Magical Circle, or Soul Servant, or Magician Souls, you know. Like, you don't particularly want to draw into Dark Magician Girl. Yeah, so this is the reason why I run 1. If people banish my Dark Magician Girl, that's fine. I can still play the other parts of DM well enough. You know? You can still play that stuff really well. Speaking of DD Crow, I have 3 copies of DD Crow in my deck. Works well against Despia, works well against Blue Eyes, works well against any other deck that, like, you know, wants to get stuff out of the graveyard. Like, you know, Speedroid. Just trying to think, I know Ancient Gears can benefit as well. Resonators. What else? Can't really think off the top of my head completely. But, oh, and another deck this works well against is the new Dragon's Gunfire FTK that's been going around with Rebecca Hawkins. Because Konami decided to give Rebecca Hawkins an incredibly cracked skill, like where you can just draw into your deck like crazy. And people decided to make an FTK out of it, which is stupid, but whatever. So yeah, if you use DD Crow on a Dragon's Gunfire, your opponent cannot win. Like, just they won't have enough, they won't be able to deal enough burn damage to you. Which I think it's funny. Every time I've used DD Crow on a Dragon's Gunfire, they've just immediately surrendered, because they know, like, they can't finish the FTK. And it's been funny to watch. You can replace DD Crow with other hand traps if you wish, like Effect Veiler, Ghost Mourner, Moonlit Chill, Droll and Lockbird. You know, it works. They work well against a bunch of other decks. You know, just mix and match, see what works for you. Then we have 2 copies of Magician's Rod. I ran 2 because, you know, 2 is a good ratio. You know, you want to increase the chances of drawing into Rod, and I felt 2 was pretty alright. Plus, I have had like a couple of matches where my opponents decided to go, nah, I'm gonna banish your Magician's Rod with DD Crow. You can't have access to it. And I was just like, okay, just grab another rod and then from my deck, and then just keep going from there. Like, you know, on my on further turns. Like, okay, I'll just draw into another rod and just use that rod instead. You know, sometimes 2 can be good. And being able to see rod in your hand, very, very good stuff. Yeah, no, rod's good. You don't have to run 2. I've seen, like, you can run 3 if you want, you can run 1 if you want, completely up to you guys. I just found 2 worked for me personally. Then we have 2 copies of Magician's Souls. 2 is a good ratio, because you know, you never know when you might need to activate another Magician's Souls. Being able to send 2 spells and traps from your hand or field to the graveyard to draw that many cards is a very good effect. If you've got a full back row and you need to free up some room, just use Magician's Souls, send a couple of cards to the graveyard, draw some cards, free value. Plus, if you send Magician's Combination to the graveyard while it's face up with Magician's Souls, not only do you get a draw, you also get to destroy a card in the field without targeting. Good stuff. And then also, if Magician's Souls is in your hand, you can send any level 6 or higher spellcaster type monster from deck to the graveyard and either special summon itself or send souls to the graveyard and then summon a DM or DMG from the graveyard. Next card, we have Magikaribo. I say he's the cutest Karibo of the bunch. He's the goodest boy of the bunch. I love Magikaribo. Magikaribo's got me out of jams. Yeah, cute little guy, and I love him. You know, if you take battle or effect damage from your opponent during the amount of battle phase, just send Magikaribo from your hand to the graveyard and special summon a DM or DMG from deck or graveyard. And then if a phase-up spellcaster monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, or by the opponent's card effect, not your own, but be the opponent specifically, you can add Magikaribo back to hand. I only ran 1 because I didn't see the need of running more than 1. 1's perfectly fine. You know, Magikaribo sometimes can get you out of jams, and like, he's such a good boy. I love him. Yeah. Anyway, 3 copies of Dark Magician. Always run 3. I have seen people run less, and it's like if you run less, you run the risk of your opponent getting rid of all your Dark Magicians, and then you no longer have access to Dark Magician. You know, that's a big problem in Duel Links. The moment you lose access to DM, you lose the game. Like you need access to DM. If you don't have access to DM, you just lose instantly. That's why with all the other skills that came out, you know, you always run 3. Always 3. Never any less. Always run 3. And I gotta say, this art looks sick. Love it. But yeah, always run 3. Then we have 1 copy of Magician's Salvation. I didn't feel the need to run more than 1 because, you know, once you set Eternal Soul with Salvation's effect, you're not really going to be setting a second Eternal Soul. Plus, if you need Salvation, you can always get it back into your deck with Soul Servant. This is a good field spell. And, like, it's opened up a bunch of combo potentials. Like, it's crazy how good this is. Like, I know in the TCG, OCG, normally you wouldn't normally summon a DM or DMG through Salvation's effect. You would mainly, like, you know, set Eternal Soul and then send Salvation with Magician's Souls for a draw. But since the skill sets up DMG in the graveyard, you could just do so much with Salvation now. Like turn 1, it's crazy good. Absolutely crazy good. I love it. It's great. Yeah, no, 1's good. Then we have 3 copies of Soul Servant. Now, I will say this here. I know some people cannot get 3 copies. You don't need to run 3. It's perfectly fine to run 2. It's even perfectly fine to run 1. And you don't need so many copies of Soul Servant. Not everyone's going to have access to 3 copies. If you can play 3, it increases the amount of draw power you have. If you can only run 2, that's fine. And only run 1, that's fine too. You know? Just Soul Servant's a good card. Very good card. Like, you activate Dark Magical Circle, and you chain Soul Servant in response to Circle. You can just instantly like secure any spell trap or even DM himself. Instantly turn Circle into like, oh, maybe it'll hit. You can turn it into a guaranteed hit. And like, it's just that good. Really great. I love it. Yeah, good stuff. Then I've got 1 copy of Forbidden Droplet. Now, surprisingly, I didn't use Forbidden Droplet that much. It is nuts how I haven't used Droplet that much at all in my climb. I think I recall maybe using it 3 times? Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I can't even remember using it that much. Like, Droplet's a good card. Like, don't get me wrong, Droplet is good, but in DM, it's just like, you know, once you fill up your spell and trap zone, you're not going to use it. Like, you can send it for a draw with Magician Souls if your back row's full. And sometimes you might need it going second against an opponent's board. But, you know, I just didn't use it that much. But that doesn't mean it's a bad card. I will say that. That doesn't mean it's a bad card at all. Just, you know, one was okay for me, and I'm probably even going to cut it from my next list, you know? Don't think I'm going to need it. That's that. With Secrets of Dark Magic, I have two. Because of, like, you know, battle phase shenanigans, so good. But I know not everyone can get 2 or 3. That's perfectly fine. I know after the Wind Dragon of Ra plays, I didn't see a second, like, I didn't see the need for a second Secrets of Dark Magic a whole lot. But still, like, it was nice to have the, like, you know, the just in case moment. You know, if your opponent decided to boost their life points up by a ton, you know, a second copy can come in so clutch. If you want to run just one, perfectly fine. If you want to run 2, that's good as well. Yeah, no, this is very good. You Ritual Summon or Fusion Summon. Just, yeah, good card. Very good card. Can't really say much more about this. One copy of Dark Magical Circle. And it's like, whoa. Right, going from 3 to 1 is insane. Which, it is, yes. It's insane how, Circle for me, like, before we used to run 3, you know? It was like Bane of Darkness, Battle Chronicle. Needed to see Circle at all times. And if you didn't see Circle, it was going to make things a lot harder. But now with, like, how busted the skill is, I don't even feel like I need to run more than 1. Like, 1's perfect. You know, I can add it with Rod, or like I can add it with the skill, and then it's like, okay, I'm done. And then if I need to put it back, like if I need it back again, I can just use Soul Serve and put Circle back into the deck, and then just grab it. It's crazy. Like, yeah, I never thought I'd see the day where in Duel Links I'd be going from 3 Circle to 1. Crazy. If you're concerned about running 1, it's perfectly okay to bump it to 2. Anywhere between 1 to 2 is good. But we don't need to run 3 anymore. It's that good. We just don't need to run 3 anymore. Crazy good how the deck's gotten so much more powerful. I love it. Then we have one copy of Book of Eclipse. Again, this was another card that's like, you know, didn't need much of. Yeah, Book of Eclipse, I didn't get much use out of it. Like, it's good against some boards, don't get me wrong. Like, you can just book an opponent's entire field and switch off their monster effects. It's insane. But yeah, I didn't see much use out of it, so this is probably going to be another card I'm going to end up cutting, which is crazy. I didn't think I'd expect to, like, you know, be cutting it. But, you know, our deck's gotten to the point where, like, we can just combo off like crazy. Like do potential plays. If you know how to play it really well, just not even gonna use it. You know. Yeah, not much else to say about it. Good card. If you feel like you need to use it, absolutely do. It's very good for what it does. But yeah, just for me, 1 was enough. Then we have one copy of Dark Magic Expanded. I never thought I'd be using this card again after so many months. Like, it's just after so long, and it is so good going second. So if you have Magician of Chaos and Dark Magician in your hand, and you make Master of Chaos, and you've already got DMG in your graveyard, you've got 3 Dark Magician and Dark Magician girls ready for Expanded to go live, and just go, okay, all Dark Spellcaster type monsters you currently control are unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end of the turn. So you summon Master of Chaos, your opponent tries to negate Master of Chaos, you just go, nope, activate Expanded, and Master of Chaos's banish effect is going to go untouched. If they can get rid of a light monster, then you won't be able to use Master of Chaos's banish effect. But if you can make Master of Chaos unaffected, turn it into a 4k beater, so like, you know, instant attack to win the game. It's very, very good. It's a very, very good combo. Absolutely insane combo. Yeah. Plus, with DM and DMG in rotation, Expanded also turns your spell and trap cards into, like, you know, like unresponsible cards. So like your opponent can't activate cards and effects in response, and all spells and traps, like all spell and trap cards you control, can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So also good for that stuff as well. It's like, it's insane value, very insane value that the skill can set up instantly. Very, very good stuff. If you want to run multiple copies, for me, I felt that, like, you know, just 1 was enough. Then we have one copy of Dark Magic Attack. Pair this with Master of Chaos. You can just go, okay, board wipe. Like, so Like, just wipe the opponent's entire back row, and then banish the opponent's entire monsters. Like, just all their monsters. And then you just clear their field, and like, okay, time to go for, like, you know, direct attack. Nuts. I'm not going to go without Dark Magic attack now. It's just that good. Being able to just force out your opponent's cards. Very, very good value. Really good stuff. Then we have 1 copy of Magician Navigation. I'm probably going to end up bumping this up to 2. Possibly. I don't know about 3. Maybe 2's enough. But you're not really going to use Navigation's effect. However, I have seen people use a combo where, you know, put Magician Navigation on top, draw it with the Dark Magician, set it, and then special summon DM and a level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster monster. I've seen one particular disgusting combo which is nuts. I will have to show it off as well. Community's cooking, and I'm loving it. And I can't wait to show it off, see what people can do with it. Yeah, but it's really good for its graveyard effect. You know, if you control DM, except to turn the card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish Navigation, target a face and spell trap the card that your opponent controls, and negate its effects. Like, if your opponent has multiple spells and traps, and they can't get rid of DM through monster effects, you know, you can just keep negating the spells and traps and stuff, and just nuts value. Yeah, good stuff. Then we have Magician's Combination, which can negate anything. The only thing is, when you tribute a DM or DMG that's on the field, you need to special summon a DM or DMG that's got a different name from your hand or graveyard, compared to the monster that you tributed. I had Combination on 1. Combination's like just very, very good. Being able to set Eternal Soul, Circle, and Combination turn 1, and also having Magician Navigation turn 1 as well. Very insane value. Like, you know, you can just keep negating your opponent's stuff over and over and over, banish any problematic cards, and just really good value out of it. Love it. Then we have 1 copy of Eternal Soul. Yeah, just at the moment I only needed one copy. 1 copy was enough for me. Worked very well. Yeah, not much else I can say about it. Just very, very good card. Then for the extra deck, we have Dragon Master Knight, which you need to include in the deck so you can use Ultimate Fusion, Blue Eyes White Dragon, or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, sorry, and Blackluster Soldier. Animation goes hard. I love it. But yeah, just 5k beta. Plus, if you need to, you contribute it with Master of Chaos to banish your opponent's monsters. And if you use the Ultimate Fusion while Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is on the field, you'll be able to pop a face-up card the opponent controls, which is good stuff. Then we have Master of Chaos, who is, I will say, the champion of this deck. Master of Chaos is insane. Insanely good. Like, previously, the only way to get rid of an opponent's field would, you could wipe their back row, but then you'd have to get through all their monsters. Master of Chaos just says, no more monsters. Monsters aren't a problem anymore. Just banish them. It's Master of Chaos, just absolutely crazy. Plus, Master of Chaos doesn't have to, bring back DM specifically. You can bring back any light or dark monsters in your graveyard. So, if you've summoned the Dark Magicians and it's in your graveyard, you can use Master of Chaos and summon back the Dark Magicians. Really, really good card. Just insane value. But it only works when it's fusion summoned. Plus, if Master of Chaos is fusion summoned and it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target any spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Really good value. But yeah, I love Master of Chaos. Yeah, Master of Chaos has been such a champion, got me out of so many jams, just helped me win so many duels. Master of Chaos, absolute GOAT. Then we have 1 copy of the Dark Magicians, because what would a DM deck be without the Dark Magicians? You know? Good fusion card. Just very, very good card. Yeah, good stuff. Can't really say much more else about it because it's just such a good card. I've used it so many times. Yeah, I love it. Then we have 1 copy of Amulet Dragon. Didn't think I'd be running this card until now. Which this card is very good. You run into a Sky Striker matchup or any deck that relies on spells, just target them and just banish them all. Very, very good. Yeah, plus if it's destroyed, you can target any spellcaster type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. I love the fact that I'm able to summon our Dark Dragons now. It's great. It's so freeing that Konami have finally just gone, okay, you guys can summon Dark Dragons now. Absolutely love it. Then we have one copy of Nightmare Unicorn. A good generic Link 3 monster. You know, discard a card, target a card on the field, shuffle it into the deck. Very, very good effect. Which you'd make off IP Masquerena, or you can just make it generically. Yeah, very, very good effect. Great stuff. Then we have Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. There's been a number of matches where Goddess has like been really good. You know, just get rid of an opponent's monster when you link summon it. Like using it with IP during your opponent's turn is nuts value too. Like just being able to just link away a problematic monster and just go, okay, now I've just got a massive 3k beater that is unaffected unless the opponent targets the card. And if the opponent activates an effect that special summons a monster from the graveyard, just negate it. Then we have one copy of Unchained Abomination. This is just a generic Link 4 I decided to include. Paired with Magician of Chaos, this can go pretty hard. You can use any generic Link 4 you want, doesn't really matter. This is just one I picked, which is pretty decent. Pretty good card. 3k beater, you know, being able to pop cards constantly. Really good. Yeah, not much else to say about it. Just Unchained Abomination, good monster. Then we have one copy of IP Masquerena. Now this is a selection box only card. This is an expensive card to get, but it's so worth it. Being able to link summon anything during your opponent's main phase, nuts. Link summon Unicorn, link summon Goddess, link summon another Link 4. Like you could link summon Topologic Bomber Dragon. You could also link summon like just so many other monsters you can link summon. You can make Nightmare Phoenix. You can make Nightmare Cerberus. Just anything. It's such a good card. If you guys can get it, I do recommend getting it. If you can't get it, then that's completely understandable. You would just need to use some other generic Link monsters. But yeah, IP Masquerena raises the roof, like raises the skill ceiling of this deck so much. Crazy good. Then finally, we have one copy of Artemis the Magistress Moon Maiden. Now you might be wondering, why the heck use it? It's a Magistress monster. Like, you're not playing Magistress cards, are you? No, we're not. We're not playing Magistress, but you can link summon this with Magician's Souls or Magician's Rod, and then during your opponent's turn, when you activate a spell or trap, you can use Rod's effect and tribute Artemis and add Rod back to your hand. Pretty sweet effect. Plus, if you use if you link summon Artemis, then you make Master of Chaos. Artemis is a light attribute monster that you can tribute for Master of Chaos's banish effect. Very, very good, you know? So that's why I run one. I don't think I'll take it out anytime soon. But yeah, it's a very, very good card. And that is it for the deck profile. Now, I do apologize if this was a long one. But man, I'm so happy that the deck has gotten so much support. The deck is really good now. I love it. It's great. It's been so fun to play DM again, or like play DM in a really good capacity. The only problem with this deck now is that if you're not sure of what lines to take, or if you take too long to think, you can time out. I have had duels where I have timed out, and it's like a good feeling timing out with DM, you know. Never thought I'd actually time out in Duel Links with DM. Crazy. Like, you know, trying to turbo through combos really quick. But yeah, the more you practice this deck, the quicker you'll be at it and the better you'll be at it. Like, trust me. Like, that's all it takes, just a ton of practice, and yeah, you will just improve drastically. And yeah, that's all I can say about this deck. Just practice, and you will get better at it. But yeah, that's going to be all for today's deck profile video. I've got more content for you guys coming soon. With that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.